Okay. So we've got fries versus nuggets, which I do agree is a pretty
weird
good
Splatfest you want to do. Go.
original recipe versus extra crispy.
Also, we're doing the caveat of nothing overtly sexual because that's the obvious. That's the obvious joke.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah. 'Cause everyone's made the top or bottom joke.
Or
But,
tits v ass.
Tits are yeah.
No, wait. Oh, wait. We said tits and ass?
Tits v ass.
Tits and ass. Okay. See, original versus extra crispy. I gotta go extra crispy.
Oh no, original dude. Like
No, man. I love the crunch.
no, yeah, the crunch
Yeah,
is.
I hate the crunch.
No, I don't mind the crunch. It's you don't get as much taste of the mix of herbs and spices when you're doing extra crispy.
Of the herbs and spices that you can identify.
Hey, dude, it's a secret recipe for a reason. Man.
Yeah, and that secret is raccoon anus. I don't know why KFC and McDonald's like using that so much, but that's the secret.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay then, John. Let's see you come up with a better Splatfest theme then, eh? Huh?
Sega
gonna need
Genesis
some
versus
time to think
TurboGrafx
about it.
16.
Wait, what?
Sega Genesis versus TurboGrafx 16.
They're not even in the same realm of fun.
Hey, don't you want to go and play Bonk's Adventure for the TurboGrafx 16?
No. Even though I hear it's not a bad game.
Yeah, but do you ever hear that it's a good game?
I don't hear
no,
anybody talk about it at all.
Oh, better idea. Sub versus dub.
Well, wouldn't sub win because anime nerds are all about like hate dubs almost all the time?
Some do, but not that many.
Like
And everyone calls them out for it.
yeah, like I don't watch a lot of anime. The most recent anime I watched was Little Witch Academia, which I loved for the record.
Yeah.
But I watched that sub. Is the dub good for that or?
I actually have not seen the dub yet.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, to me, the most obvious one that I can think of, just as a gamer, is like SNES versus Genesis. If we're talking about console wars.
Problem is, it's a Nintendo game, so it's inherently biased.
True, but I mean, I just in terms of like the concept of having it for a Splatfest. Look, after Transformers and McDonald's, anything's possible.
That's SpongeBob v. Patrick.
Well, honestly, like if they were ever to do, like I know, like my Adventure 2 nerd is showing up again, but if they were ever to like, I don't know, like do a Sega one, I feel like Sonic versus Shadow.
Adventure 1 versus Adventure.
Or well, no, we already.
Adventure 1 v. Adventure 2.
It would need to be SA1 versus SA2.
No, because the debate was
Sonic
rigged.
2 versus 3 and
The
K.
debate was rigged, John. Adventure 1 lost. You only.
No, I would just like it for it to be a thing so that it would actually instigate actual real-life turf wars.
What, John? You do realize that if that was a Splatfest, people would literally die, right? Like, I'm not joking.
All for the name of the sport, Ted. I'm willing to accept that sacrifice.
I'm not
Pokemon
willing
Go
to
versus-
sacrifice myself for Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know about you guys.
That's why you recruit an army.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Pokemon Go versus actual Pokemon games.
I still think that. Well, they did do Red versus Blue, or / Red versus Green if you're filthy Japanese. No, Japanese isn't filthy.
I was thinking of Red versus Blue, the Machinima series.
Oh, Team Red's just.
Oh.
You see, Team Red's the good team because they're the funny team and they don't have any of the plot. So that just makes them better. Team Blue is all plot.
Coming in, Caboose.
No, Caboose was on Team Red though, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what's getting at.
Yeah.
Team Caboose.
Caboose, yeah, he's just better. Oh, I haven't watched Red versus Blue in forever. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's still going, apparently.
Jesus Christ, damn.
I think they're on like season 14 or something.
I have the first 100 episodes on DVD, but then again, the early episodes are like 5 minutes long. So it's not really like. It's like, I think, like 3 or 4 hours total, and it's still like some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. It's just. Damn, I can't imagine watching 14 seasons of Red versus Blue.
I probably would have watched more Red vs. Blue if I didn't discover AVGN and Nostalgia Critic first.
I did.
Oh, idea for another Splatfest. Homestar versus Strongbad.
Homestar. Oh, Strongbad would win, though, is the thing. Even though I think Homestar's funnier.
Yeah, I was like...
Homestar, I think, is a funnier character than Strongbad, but Strongbad would win. Well, no, actually, Strong Bad would be more popular, which means Homestar would win, because that happens every single time. I think you can count the. I think between both games, you can count the number of times where the more popular team won Splatfest on one hand. I'm like 90% sure.
Which means there's a problem with how they're doing it.
It's one of those things where I don't know if like what causes the
I
more
don't.
popular
I
team
honestly,
to
I honestly
win.
don't think there is actually any score. I think they just kind of decide ahead of time.
No, they don't. I'm not. It's not that rigged. They don't. There's no way it's that rigged. Like if they were just going to pick a team to win no matter what, then they wouldn't. They just wouldn't do that. I'm sure it's fair. I have to wonder why does the less popular team always win more fights? Is my question. Because
they got something to prove.
I mean, I guess, but it's even in cases where it's like, okay, it's like 51 to 49 or 55 to 45, relatively close. They're still winning more. They're still winning more matches, and I don't know if it's just that the more popular team tends to have more bad people on it. I don't really think that's the case though, because in the most recent Splatfest at the time of this recording, Invisibility versus Flight. It was a 50. It was like about as close as you can get in terms of popularity. It was 51 to 49, and I believe the win ratio for fights was like 55 to 45. So it was clearly like they clearly won more fights, but they're like, I don't know. I don't know why the less popular team always tends to win.
It's easy to pick a side. It's tougher to actually fight for that side.
Yeah, like you have to actually You actually have to do well consistently is the thing, because I streamed the last Splatfest, and I think I only ended up, like, having a total of... I think I only won one more match than I lost, so I didn't really end up improving my team's standing all that much. You know, and I think another thing that tends to happen is that people who want to go for the highest Splatfest rank, because for those of you not familiar with the game, the more you play on Splatfest, the higher your Splatfest rank gets, and then... you get more sea snails when the Splatfest is over. So if you want to play that long in order to get a good rank, you're more likely to lose a lot of matches at that point as well. And assuming you don't take a break in between, at least, well, it's only 24 hours too, is also the thing. So it's not like you can take a huge break because you have to play for like 3 in order to get that high. Anyway.
Is it just Splatfest participation or actually winning matches in Splatfest?
Okay, so you get pity points for losing. You'll get like 2 points to your Splatfest rank for losing, and you will get more points for winning. Although how many more points is like really weird and unclear. But it's like you will get the 2 points for just participating, and then for winning you'll get anywhere between like 3 to 7 extra or 8, yeah, 3 to 7 extra points. That was weird. I thought those things were just floating for a second, but nope, they're on a tree. Okay, whatever. So in order to get to like Splatfest King or Queen, which is the highest, that freaking I'm angry there because that Sardinium took me like an hour to find the first time I played the game. It took forever. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so in order to get like to the second or third rank, you only really need to play for like a half an hour. To get to the highest rank, you need to play for like 3. And that's assuming that you're like winning and losing matches at an even rate, you know? Like if you do nothing but win, you could probably be done in an hour, but you're not going to win every single match you play in Turf War. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I wish that there was I wish that there was like at least somebody could explain a better reason as to why Splatfests tend to be skewed towards the less popular team. Because that's like the complete opposite of how it is in Fire Emblem Heroes, from what I can tell, where it's just like, oh, don't even bother picking anybody that's not Lucina because they're going to lose. Right?
Basically, that's how it worked, yeah. Well, they tried to mitigate it with score multipliers, where if you're by over 10% down, you get a score multiplier from anywhere from just 0.1 to 7 times the points. The problem is that meant the other team would get them too. So if you got a decent score multiplier, if you were a non-Awakened Fates character, you just got like 3 million points. Now they're down by 10%, and since they have more people, they're going to take better advantage of that. So there's really no fucking point.
Yeah,
there's no point.
Do the math. It sounds like a basic comeback mechanic gone awry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Heroes' problem was that they constantly did almost nothing but Awaken-based characters, and since those are the most popular ones, no other characters, if they happen to put any in at all, stood no chance. So what was the point?
Fire Emblem also has the problem where, like, a lot of those characters, American players, it's not even just that they're less popular or from less popular games. People don't know who people from, like, the fourth game is because we never got to play it. It's just like, okay, who the hell is Sigurd? I never got to play his game. I'm not trying to defend Fire Emblem with its overabundance of using Awakening and Fates characters, because, like, I love Awakening. It's my favorite Fire Emblem game. Yes, it is. Shut up. It's a good game. It's not the worst Fire Emblem game.
Oh no, I would never
I'm not
say
talking.
that.
I'm not talking to you. I get that comment legitimately almost every time I say something good about Awakening on Twitter. It's just like, oh, Awakening's the worst Fire. Shut up. No, it's not. It's a good game. But anyway,
fantastic game.
Like, for example, in Fire Emblem Warriors, where male Corrin and female Robin are their own playable characters with their own slot instead of just costumes. Like, come on, that's unnecessary. Okay, it's like
you dark pit.
making young
Heroes also. Fire Emblem Heroes on mobile also did it pretty bad, where they had these. They all have these event costumes for like spring or summer or something, and it's always Awaken-based characters just because you can get your waifus in swimsuits or Easter Bunny costumes or something.
Yeah.
So it's just gotten bad with that franchise.
Well, then again, that is also a gacha game, and that's stuff that they all tend to do. It's just like, oh, fan service costume, go spend $50, buy orbs.
Yeah.
I love this boss.
I love this boss.
Splats with honor. So the funny thing about this boss is that it's an actual like fight if you're using the roller. But if you use any sort of automatic weapon against him, you can beat him in literally
chance.
You can beat him in literally less than 20 seconds. I'm not kidding there. I think my record's like 15. So, yeah. But I assume fighting him with the brush, it would also probably take more time as well. But it's just...
Well, no, the brush is a lot faster, though, so...
Yeah, but, like, you're still not going to be able to beat him in less than a minute, though, with the brush, as opposed to...
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, his design is just amazing. He's got a motorcycle, roller...
No, unicycle.
Unicycle, motorcycle, roller, sword. And he also... No, he rides a unicycle, because you can see him... But he also has a motorcycle roller sword, which is just fantastic.
He's got a biker vest on.
Yeah. See, look, he's riding a unicycle down there. Although, how that thing supports his weight, I've got no clue. But whatever.
Probably doesn't.
Well, wouldn't it?
It's probably mostly hot air.
Well, if I remember correctly, this game actually explains how these Octo bosses are made. And so DJ Octavio, the main villain of the first game and this game, that's not really a surprise. What they do is he chops off one of his tentacles, and the tentacle is given its own sentience and becomes an Octoboss. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Weird.
Clearly, he has the touch of God.
Sure. But it makes me wonder, like, how Inkling physiology works if, like, Octarians are built by chopping off tentacles. Like, are Inklings the same way, or are they just...
But can you reproduce by budding? Can ya? Can ya? Can ya?
He's not wrong.
But most importantly, can you do this?
Can I do what, Ryan? Also,
Do you think a Dragon Quest versus Final Fantasy Splatfest would be interesting?
No, because Final Fantasy it would be 80 to 20%. If we're lucky.
No, it would be 80 to 20% Dragon Quest in Japan. It'd be 80 to 20% Final Fantasy in the West.
Well, they actually did do a Dragon Quest Splatfest in Japan. It was between the two AI commands, Focus on Healing and Show No Mercy. I believe Focus on Healing won. But I mean,
So let's hit Donald.
I mean, I think it would be fun, but ultimately I feel like Final Fantasy would just be so overwhelmingly big with the numbers that it wouldn't be a fair...
In the West, anyway.
Yeah, like the Dragon Quest team would feel really underappreciated.
The Dragon Quest would kick Final Fantasy's ass in Japan, but...
Yeah, and the Final Fantasy team in the United States would not be able to play against the other team, which was the big problem with the Ketchup v. Mayo Splatfest, and why so many people are upset about that is that they didn't feel like their contributions meant anything, because when you play against your own team, you still gain points for your own rank, but it doesn't affect the Splatfest outcomes at all. So yeah, so I don't think that one would work. Honestly, I feel like they would probably be better off doing stuff that's more like, honestly, I wish that they would do some more Nintendo themed stuff, because they could do that more frequently without having to. It'd be a little bit more interesting than the generic type Splatfest, like, oh, this food or that food. But they also wouldn't have to like pay money to do like Transformers v. I was gonna say
Autobots v Decepticons.
Autobots v Decepticons or whatever. I think that they could do like, they'd have a lot of different options, like I don't know, like a Lightning versus Blue Shell, or
Nobody wins that one.
nobody wins in that one. You're right. Okay.
Everyone just refuses to play that Splatfest, just out of principle.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of different possibilities that they could do for Nintendo themed Splatfests, and they should just jump on that.
Fire Flower v Tanuki Leaf.